What was supposed to be a festive trip became a nightmare, a warning from a jeepney driver, and a stolen ring. But was it too late for Liza to escape the feast that awaited her? It started innocently. Anna invited her best friend, Liza, to a quiet village in Capiz for the annual Fiesta. But Anna didn't tell Liza what truly waited for her there. What she didn't know was that Anna's family was far from ordinary. They weren't just hosting a fiesta, they were preparing for a feast of their own, and Liza was the main course. The road to Capiz was eerily quiet, the jeepney ride smooth and uneventful, save for an old man's cryptic warning. "Don't trust the family you're going to, they're aswangs." Liza had laughed it off, thinking it was a joke, but the closer they got to Anna's home, the more uncomfortable she felt. It wasn't just the isolation of the village, it was the house itself, standing in the distance like something out of a nightmare, hidden behind thick trees that seemed to bend toward it. Once inside, the strange behavior of Anna's family became apparent. Their smiles were too wide, their laughter too forced. The way they spoke, so formal and distant, felt like something was hidden just beneath the surface. Liza couldn't shake the feeling that they were watching her too closely. But the strangest part, she couldn't make sense of their eyes. They were cold, emotionless, as if the warmth of their humanity had been stolen. Then it hit her. The jeepney driver's warning. "They're aswangs." Liza tried to shake it off. After all, it was just an old man's warning. But with every passing hour, something felt increasingly wrong. As Anna's family prepared for the evening feast, Liza noticed the strange preparations, the way the kitchen smelled, the odd silence that followed them, and how they kept glancing at her with what seemed like hunger in their eyes. That night, as Anna and Liza prepared for bed, Liza couldn't shake the growing sense of dread. The strange looks, the unsettling behavior, it all led her to one terrifying conclusion. She wasn't just visiting a family, she was the next victim. Her only chance? The ring. Liza had borrowed Anna's ring earlier that evening, a small, delicate thing that Anna had worn every day. It felt cold in her palm, as if it had a purpose beyond just being jewelry. Liza hid the ring under the blanket, placing it close to Anna's hand while pretending to sleep. If she was right, if the family was aswangs, they would mistake Anna for the victim. They would come for the one without the ring. Morning arrived, but the nightmare was just beginning. Anna's father, a towering figure, ordered the servant to bring the girl, the one without the ring. Liza's heart dropped. But in the dim light, they had made a fatal mistake. The family, thinking Liza was wearing the ring, mistook Anna for the victim. They had no idea their own daughter was the one who would be slaughtered. In the chaos, Liza ran. She sprinted into the night, her heart pounding as she heard the aswangs chasing her, their claws scraping the ground, their eyes glowing with hunger. She ran through the thick, thorny grass, the aswangs' glowing eyes barely visible through the mist. But Liza wasn't just running. She was surviving. She hid in the thorns, praying they wouldn't find her. And as the creatures passed by, their grotesque bodies dragging behind them, she held her breath, knowing that, for now, she had escaped. But she could still hear them calling her name in the distance. They would never stop hunting. Liza survived the night, but the horror never left her. The faces of the aswangs still haunt her in her nightmares. And every time she hears footsteps in the dark, she knows they're still out there, waiting for the next victim. The feast is never over.
For more content like this, hit share and subscribe.